This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Our friends over at SeatGeek are giving us a promo code of TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling for $20 off your first purchase. Enjoy the show. Today on the podcast, we have Mex from Wresthings, WrestleManiac, Gorilla Position. So we've got a little interview on the front end, and then the back end, Joe and I are going to hang on to talk a little bit about the week that's coming up and just generally how we feel about Arsenal at the minute. So enjoy the interview with Mex, and then hang on for Joe and I at the end.
Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are. And today, I'm excited to tell you, I'm about to drop some names, so feel free to pick them up off the ground.
Drop them.
We've wrestled Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
We've walked the stage at Wembley Stadium with Mercedes Moné.
We did, yeah.
We've had dinner in the Beefeater with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But none of this is as exciting as having my man Mex here on Gunners Are Us podcast.
Are you guys all right?
Yeah.
It's an aggressive start, but I mean, we're here.
I mean, we're used to hearing you talk about all the wrestling things, Wresthings.
Yeah, exactly. WrestleManiac.
But now we get to talk about Arsenal because we have common interests all over the place.
We do.
And we've heard your voice so many times, and it's nice to actually converse and hear your voice through these sweet little microphones.
Thank you, guys. No, honestly, football and wrestling, those are my passions. Arsenal is my club, always has been. I was born in Highbury. Don't know how well you guys know Highbury.
Oh, yeah.
But I literally went to school around the corner from the stadium, original Highbury Stadium.
Oh.
And I then moved to Tottenham and had to carry my allegiance to Tottenham. And I was very close to the stadium as well. I lived off the high road. And then when Arsenal had its darker years, wrestling really captured me, sort of thing. But now we're back, as the kids say. We've restored the feeling.
Heck yeah. It's funny you say that wrestling kind of got you over the dark days of Arsenal, because you always joke about it. Like, anytime Arsenal had a bad weekend, you would always say, we can always rely on wrestling. Wrestling never lets you down.
Well, we say wrestling never lets you down, but we hope it doesn't let us down, because, hey, it's predetermined. They can tell us that it's good.
They can do what they want.
Whereas football, we can't rely on anything.
No, we're just hoping for the best. But I mean, that is also why we do this podcast now. I mean, what is it, 2-3 seasons now we've been doing this? I mean, we're positively Arsenal, because I mean, we joke about the fact that a lot of the Arsenal input online is a little bit negative.
Yeah, negatives are right.
It's a little bit negative, and there's a little bit of bad press on Arsenal fans because of some things that some people say. But I mean, we like to keep it positive. We want to talk positives.
Exactly.
And luckily, we've been doing this in the time that it has been pretty sweet,
And it has. And obviously, we have Simon usually on the podcast too. I don't think you can meet a more positive human as far as wrestling. He gets hate for how positive he is. So we kind of created the ultimate positive, which will sure wind people up. But that's half the. As an Arsenal fan, we're used to that, I think. But Mex, I'd love to know, what do you think of the season so far? Because I can't explain the feeling I got for it at a minute. It feels like we've built like an Endgame Avengers type squad. And I feel almost too confident, which is worrying me more than anything. But how are you feeling?
I think I'm very much in the camp of one game at a time. Every week we just see how things happen, because, we didn't start particularly well. We had a couple of very good home games, but our general away performances weren't too good. Liverpool looked like, again, they were just going to start running away with it. But then there was the caveat of a lot of late goals and a lot of, outscoring teams. And that they seem to run out of that juice now. And, Arsenal kind of bucked back up and went into the international period top of the tree. And of course all the pundits and stuff, as they do, pile the pressure on Arsenal. It's now or never, they're here now, they got to get it done, sort of thing. I saw Opta create some table of the next 6 games, and that Arsenal have the biggest percentage to take all the points because of who they're playing on paper. It's like you create stats just to kind of create the agenda, to feed the agenda, Arsenal to get it done. And as fans, we know we need to get it done. It's been 20 something odd years now since we haven't won the Prem, but the whole world feels like is waiting for our demise and stuff. But I think just 1 week at a time is very interesting. We've got a nice run of games now on paper, so hopefully we can get a lot of wins, rack up a lot of wins, whilst I think Liverpool have got more of the top teams to come on their way now. So 1 week at a time, man.
It does feel like one, especially these international breaks are horrific.
Quick.
Terrible.
I feel like you get a little bit of momentum, and then you're kind of we got another 2 weeks.
And you've also got to be slightly nervous because a lot of our boys are now playing there. So
I mean, I celebrated when Saka and Rice went off last night.
Yeah,
I was so excited. But then Eza come on, and I was thinking, Lewis Skelly's still on. So I'll just get them all off. It's one. It's
bubble
one.
wrap.
But no, the momentum of the internationals really changed up, and we were talking at the start of the season that the schedule wasn't kind. Generally, like I think as Arsenal fans, we're pretty scared of. We shouldn't be, but we are of Old Trafford and Anfield, St James's Park, and even Man City anywhere.
Yeah.
And that was all stuffed in that first 6 games.
Yeah,
and I think you saw that and you thought, oh, this is like last year again, and where we had all those red cards. And we thought, if we could just get for that first international and be, in striking distance. Yeah. And then the next one was like, if we could be in striking distance of 4th by the next international. And every time we got to an international, we were kind of like, if we could be top half, I'll be happy.
It's not even like one game at a time. It's like one section between international breaks at a time. Like it's like portions.
And we've got another one, obviously, and I think it's in 4 weeks. There's another international, but we've got a gap after that until I think it's March.
But luckily, we're sitting pretty though in between. Like when we do get these breaks, we are sitting there, and people are talking about us being top of the league. But like Mekz said, I mean, there's also pressure on us.
So I was going to ask you about this. Was we here on the podcast? I don't want to fall into tin hat conspiracy theorist. But it's hard not to sometimes. This guy's more of a conspiracy theorist than me. But I kind of agree with you with there's an agenda. I think there's a bias, there's a natural... I don't think people are actively trying to do it. I think maybe Sky Sports are for clicks because they know Arsenal fans are the crazy ones.
We're always the butt of the joke. Yeah.
So if they... there'll be Man United, Liverpool, and then they'll spend 40 minutes talking about Arsenal's defence or something to get clicks or shorts on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
And that stuff I'm a little bit more kind of conspiracy theorist. But overall, it is these stats. They bring out these weird stats that they kind of
pluck them out.
They don't really make any sense, but they only make sense to put pressure on Arsenal. So I was just wondering, on a scale of 1 to 10, like where are you at as a conspiracy theorist of Arsenal? Because last year I hit peak 10. I thought the refs were against us.
Well, it was the moment Howard Webb was sat in the stands with a little microphone. I mean,
it was hard. It was hard to not complain because we were touching a ball off the sideline. It was a red card. Other teams were smashing the ball away. It was, and then other people going, "You're just crazy." It was like, I swear I'm not. So where do you sit on the conspiracy level?
I try to be very optimistic with everything. Like I'm maybe hard on myself in that sense, and that's a view I take. Like I need to get the job done. Like I can't leave it to anybody else to kind of do what needs to be done for me. And I think that's the mentality Arsenal need to take. Like of course these rival fans want to continue laughing at us and make it 23 years, 24 years without the title. But we can't keep allowing, like, these referees around the board are poor. I think we can all see that. You watch football, you can just see VAR hasn't worked as they kind of wanted it to. The referee decision making and their processes aren't great. A lot of challenges and things like that are always, they're objective. So you just have to kind of take it as it is. But I think it's just a case of go out there and get the job done yourself. Like, talk about who did we play this year? Man City at home. And from what a lot of people have said, the approach was too defensive. We drew the game, we came up with a point, which at the face of it, it's Man City. So it's like, it's not the end of the world, but it's like, did we do what we could do to take charge of that situation? We have to go and win the Premier League. You can't defend your way to the Premier League, so we have to do what's in our control. And in that case, I don't look at the conspiracies. I see some stuff and I'm just like, they don't like Arsenal. But like at the same time, I always then look back at what could we have done better.
Yeah.
And I think you can almost feel it this year with it almost feels like we did outplay a little bit of... I feel like the Newcastle game was a big moment because it felt like that was a game last year we would have ended and we would have complained about the Gyökeres penalty. We would have lost 1-0 and everyone would have said, Gabriel has to be stronger in that tackle.
We played it like a cup final.
And instead we came above it. We got over that decision quickly. We got back in the game. We won the game. And I almost felt the shift there was almost like... It was almost like we proved ourselves, and now I feel like some of the decisions might go our way a little bit. Like, you see it with the big teams like Liverpool and City. You watch their games, you think sometimes they get the rub of the green. I think it's just because they're outplaying the rub of the green, if you know what I mean, and
getting ahead of it.
And I think Gabriel's the perfect example for Arsenal, someone who kind of looks at it and goes, "Oh no, we'll rise above them."
Literally.
Literally. But I think we have to get that. I think you're dead right. I think you have to accept that decisions might go weird. They go weird for everyone, like you said. The decisions are like. You watch any game and you think it's bad. And again, I try. It's so poor. And I try to remember we're a big 6 team.
Yeah, we are.
Wolves get awful decisions.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how horrible they think Arsenal fans are for moaning about decisions.
I mean, look at Arne Slot's already arguing with the refs.
That guy winds me out. I don't know. I've lost that guy. His mask. Simon said it straight away. He goes, his mask is slipping. Like, that guy, he is so unlikable. And everyone jumped on Arteta for coming on the field. He was in refs' faces. He's moaning about a ref from 3 weeks ago. Like, he's turning into Ten Hag talking about that offside from like 3 years ago.
Already. And he's just won the league.
He's just won the league. So
the one thing I would say on the conspiracy front is that there is definitely, I think, a bias, and always has been, to the quote unquote traditional British clubs, the Liverpools, the Manchester Uniteds and stuff like that. I feel like they get away with a lot. Whereas Arsenal, the club in the capital, the club that probably has a lot more like diversity in the fan base and on the field, they don't seem to get, Arsenal make a lot of money, and people look at it like it's a bank sort of thing. So I feel like, and obviously City had foreign investment and things like that. I think those traditional clubs, if anything, get away with a bit more.
Definitely.
But even so, I still say, you need to handle your own job.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I agree with that, actually, because I remember when we were all kids, I assume we're probably all in a similar kind of era here as, the Henri Perez era, where we didn't field any English players even. And that really, we went unbeaten, which didn't help things. And I feel like there's been some kind of...
People kind of turned on that a little bit.
A bit of a curse. And people, growing up, everyone in our school hated Arsenal because of that.
Yeah.
And then this year, we've got, I think, 4 or 5 English players, British players in our squad, or our team.
Yeah.
And then you look at Liverpool, and they, for the first time, didn't field one British player in one of their games. And I thought it felt like something turned.
It'll be interesting,
It will be really interesting.
Turns a little bit.
Exactly, because I always joke that Harry Kane would back into people and, they'd land on their heads and all this stuff. And he'd turn around and the ref would go, "Come on, Hazard."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh, no, he's calling him by his, not just first name. It's like a nickname."
It's almost like a boys' club, yeah.
Yeah, and then Xhaka would, breathe on someone and he'd get, thrown out of the country or something. But
madness.
But, but we'll step away from the conspiracy because we could talk hours.
I mean, I like conspiracy theories. They're fun. But, I mean, at the same time, I'm also someone that doesn't... I'll watch a football game at the weekend and I'll just move on.
Yeah, you turn it off. I stick with it. I get stressed out.
Yeah, and I don't go on the social medias and see what people are saying because I just want to be stuck with, especially where we're at now. I want to keep that positive mindset of we won. That was great. Move on to the next one.
How are you, Mex, for that? You just turn it off, you move on, or are you watching Gary Neville's podcast? Because I'm in the second...
I watch Neville's podcast, to be fair, because I do like those characters, because again, those are people that we've grown up with in terms of watching them play football, and they've went from the pantomime villains to, some of them really good pundits and analyzing the game on certain levels. So I do take in a lot of football content, whether it be the fan-made content or whether it be the pundits and stuff like that. And then by Wednesday or Thursday in the middle of the week, you're already preparing for the next game and all the previews and all of that stuff. So I'm addicted in that sense. But I think it's a thing where when the club's doing well, you take in the content, you want to hear more, opinions and things like that. When it's not doing well, by Saturday 5 o'clock, I don't want to see any more. Next Saturday we go again. I know.
I honestly, there's moments where we win on a 5:30. I can't stop watching content. I'm looking for content. The algorithm knows. It's going do you want to see Gabriel's point of view? And I'm like, do we have it? But then there's some weeks like bad decision. I'm like, oh man, I can't believe this has happened. Turn it off. I'm sat watching Strictly with the wife, and I'm like, I'm just I don't know if I can get over this. So, I'm an adult and I can't get over this. So I know I'm addicted to content. You're so good at it. You'll finish the game and go, oh, well. And he moves on and he'll be watching NFL on a Sunday night. And I'm sat watching Micah Richards trying to figure out if maybe we were in the right. And I'm like, oh my God, Roy Keane's coming in.
It's because I can't, I agree. I want the content. When the good stuff happens, I want to see everything. But there's so much noise there that I don't want to see or hear.
Yeah, when we lose, I try to get
the Arsenal content. If we're winning, I'll definitely see all that stuff. I want to see what Arteta's got to say. I want to see everything. I want to break it down. But it's more the trolls online, and it's more like the X going on X. I don't want to. I don't want to hear what other people have to say. That I mean, their opinion doesn't necessarily matter to me.
Joe's quite good. He's good with social media and stuff. He doesn't really.
I'm good in the sense that I don't go on it enough.
Joe's slightly older, and he's become very old very quick. Hence the bizarre
I still use my phone with my middle finger.
Yeah, he does.
Glasses on the end of the nose. And
I'm deep in the trenches, and sometimes I'll tell him stuff, and he goes, "Oh, really?" And then And then he's been added to a group chat recently of an NFL fantasy group, and they're football fans, and they put all the memes in there. And Joe's like, "What is all this?" Like he's like, it's thrown him off. We got a good game this weekend. Actually, we'll finish on this. Fulham away. I distinctly remember this last year, and this sounds quite bizarre, but I was in an A&E with my wife.
You were?
And I watched this on my phone. And it was double whammy because we drew. If you remember, I think it was 1-1. Martinelli was slightly offside, and then everyone decided they hated Martinelli.
Yeah.
On like a build-up. Craven Cottage has not been an easy place to go. Like, how are you feeling? Because sometimes you can get up for the Man Cities at home and the Newcastle aways, and all of a sudden Palace away, Fulham away. They're actually somewhat harder because you can tell almost in the first 5 minutes the players aren't fully at it. I don't know. You can always get a vibe, can't you? What do you think?
Yeah, it's one of them funny ones because it feels as well like the likes of some of those clubs you mentioned, particularly at Fulham, they're like Arsenal adjacent now because you've got a couple of ex-Arsenal boys playing for them and stuff. So it's like we want them to do well, but obviously not on the days we're playing them, sort of thing. Fulham hasn't been kind to us over the last year, 2 years or so, and it's not an easy place to go to. We know that much, but I think they have been stronger than they are now, sort of thing, and we are very strong right now in terms of just the squad depth and options that we have. So it's got to be 3 points. I mean, long story short, it's got to be 3 points. We just have to come out of the international period, the way we went into it, dominating teams, scoring goals, being able to bring options off the bench, look towards the next game after that and keep going. Fulham are a decent side, but just turn up early and get the job done.
I love that. It seems like you're like us. We're positively Arsenal. It's just get the job done.
And I think
we always say it. Like sometimes you've got to just sweep off the past PTSD of being an Arsenal fan and see where we're at now and be like, we should win this one.
Yeah,
it's plain and simple.
Because my brain is one of those that if I look at Opta or something, it says, do a supercomputer, pick the points for every game.
Yeah,
I end up with 0 points from every game because I'm like, we'll probably lose.
Yeah,
but my heart is saying like, no, we can do this.
Yeah, go.
And I think that's what's so nice about this season is you talked about the depth. We've lost Odegaard, our captain. It looks like he's going to be out until I think following next international.
Yeah.
But what's nice is in December we're going to have Havertz, Jesus, and Odegaard all back at once almost.
Yeah.
Like Wenger used to say, like new signings.
Right before January, so we don't have to do anything. And this is the rare time where like we did so much business in summer. I'm almost like I feel guilty. I hope we don't do any business next year. And then
we got so much debt.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about net spend.
No,
I don't want to be told, you have to win the league. I mean, I saw that last week. I know we're falling naturally back into the pundits, but they said with what Arsenal spent, they have to win the league.
They're already saying that. Yeah,
we've spent the equivalent of Wirtz and Isaac, and I know they've sold well, and we need to get a lot better at selling.
Yeah,
but I just thought. That's our whole window of 8-9 players was their 2 players. And then they also spent more. They spent $500 million.
Yeah.
And I remember at the start they said, they have to win the treble.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's turned into they got to acclimatise to a team. And I said, we've got more players. We've got to acclimatise. But I don't think either team has to acclimatise. I think they're good enough.
Yeah.
Both teams have got to go for the league here. And I do think we have an opportunity. And I really love the kind of sentiment that we kind of all have mentioned here, which is like block out the noise.
Yeah.
Get the job done. Don't give them a reason to talk.
No.
And just silence it a little
bit. Enjoy the ride.
I'd love to just go ahead here and just never... a few years ago when we had that unbelievable season where we were top all season.
Yeah.
But we didn't expect to be, and then all of a sudden we just bottomed out. I'd love to do that again, but without the bottoming out and just kind of walk it. And everyone's talking about everyone underneath. Who's going to get top 4? No one's even talking about us. We're just kind of doing our job up here.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that. But that said... I'm terrified of Fulham.
Oh yeah,
always. It nerves me out every time, and those London clubs away just always seem to.
It's hard.
They definitely freak me out.
We're not leaving London for a while, though. It seems
they
haven't. Before we leave fully, Mex, I know you got to crack on with your day. All-time favorite player for Arsenal, and I'll say, do you know what I want to add is all-time favorite shirt. Is there a particular shirt you like? I put you on the spot heavily here.
Yeah. All-time favorite player is easy. It's Thierry Henry for me.
Yes.
With like I said, so I went to school at a school called St. Joan of Arc, which is it's at the top of the hill just before you get to Highbury Stadium.
Yeah.
And the Arsenal players used to come in for our PE sessions. So a lot of these were the academy players, but we had Vieira 1 week.
Oh my.
We had Thierry 1 week. Then we had like Pennant and Bentley and what is this boy called? Ryan Smith, if you remember Ryan
Yeah, I
Smith.
remember Ryan Smith, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we had a lot of the academy players, but every now and again they'll sprinkle some of the first team players, and Thierry came in and we were in awe. Like it was as if Michael Jackson had entered the school. Like it was crazy. So he done P with us, and from then I just built an affinity. Obviously went on to just be an incredible player for us, incredible player for the Premier League as well. I love it when I hear pundits and stuff from what do you call it, rival clubs say that he is the greatest player that's ever played in the Premier League. I was like, yes, he is. Like, there's no bias there. So I think Thierry is my all-time favorite shirt would probably be, I think it's the 0304 one. Is it like the red, like it's like it's the like total 90 era where it had like the yellow trimming?
Oh yeah. That's
was that 0304?
Yeah, because that wasn't unbeaten. See, it was like the year before, I think. So I think you're right.
So. Yeah.
I think it's got to be, because there's some mad ones in there. Like you think of Thierry with the 02 and the unbeaten season.
Yeah.
I really like the end of hybrid, the maroon or whatever.
Dark one, yeah.
Oh yes, the burgundy kind of.
I mean, the last few years, other than that big Tesco's looking home shirt we had last year, we've had some really amazing kits. Like
they've been great.
We had the like Lynx Africa last year. I love that shirt. Awesome. I wear that all the time.
Yeah.
There was I think there was a black shirt the year before that went with the third kit.
It had like the gold
and a baby pink.
Oh yeah.
There was a baby pink third. Some of those have been unbelievable.
We've been very blessed.
I know people call us Fashion FC. Like I think we're more.
Yes, I was about to say it. We are definitely the most fashionable club. Adidas do some great work for us, to be honest. And the Arsenal like marketing department or whoever it is, they're very intelligent with throwing out new kits, new like warm up training tops and all of that kind of stuff. We're leading in that department. I also like I want to say it might be 98 or maybe 97, the blue JVC one, the collar.
Yeah. Is that lightning bolts as well? Like the kind of different shape?
Yeah.
Didn't it have, it had like Arsenal on the tail, didn't it?
Like down the gothic-y kind of like, italics. Yeah, we've had some nice kits. And in those years where we don't get trophies, we have nice kits.
Oh, yeah. We can wear something nice. We'll look good.
We can wear it.
As long as Dua Lipa and Bieber keep wearing our stuff as well, we'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, it really massively helps if they keep appearing. We even had Gunner on the pitch the other night as well. Like, that was quite cool. Like, Saka and Rice met Gunner, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Gunner, the rapper.
Rapper from America. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And Saka was complaining because next time he's in England, they're all on international games. He's like, I'm not saying this for the cameras. He said, we're all really mad that we can't go. And the guy was like, oh, okay. But we won't keep you any longer at MEKZ.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the pod. Hopefully have you on again soon and get you Simon on, and we'll have we'll do an in-depth, like maybe all-time 11 or something.
Oh, we'll talk about all our common interests as well. We'll cover wrestling, football, all of it.
We've got some great stories that I'm sure you'd enjoy. But we'll see you soon, MEKZ. Thank you so much for joining us.
No problem. Take care, guys.
You too.
And there we have it.
There it is.
Little interview there with MEKZ, guys.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was very fun. We've listened to MEKZ for a long time on multiple different platforms, and
kind of weird to have his voice on our end as well.
It was really nice to have a little guest in, kind of, especially when there's international breaks. It's always a bit hard to find the content.
But we've also all had time to reflect, so we all can sit back and have a little chat about it.
Yeah, so it's nice to do that. We're going to get a few more guys on soon. Obviously, Simon, as you heard in the podcast, it wasn't with us today, but shout out Simon. He'll be back next week, I hope, with a Mill and Monday or on the show. But yeah, I think he might have a bum shoulder. We'll get to that. You'll find out, I'm sure.
A little Seth Rollins action.
A little Seth Rollins, or is he just wearing a sling? Because it's a bit of fun. But either way, here we are. We're back.
I tell you what, we're positively Arsenal. I know that, but we're also positively England at the minute. But I also want to say, like, quickly.
God, that was hard. Remember the summer? I had to do a lot of.
Yeah.
I was previewing England a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, not this summer before.
But it's all feeling pretty good at the minute. And all I'm hearing from everyone is, like, we're sitting top of the league. I was listening to Absolute Radio, like I do. I listen to Absolute Country, just so you know.
Of course you do.
But I get the hosts in between. I listen to Dave Berry in the morning. I listen to Bush and Richie on the drive home.
Still going.
Yeah, he's great in the morning. Bush and Richie on the way home are awesome. But one of them, I don't know if it's Bush or Richie.
I feel like we're particularly loud today on the podcast.
Yeah,
I do apologise if anyone's got this far.
My ears have popped a little bit.
Maybe.
But I was driving home the other day, and actually it was last night on the way here, and he said he was feeling a bit flat, and the other host said, "How come?" And he was like, so I got a text through from Arsenal, which perked my ears up. I was like, okay, cool. He said it was to do with the waiting list he's on for the season tickets.
Oh, the ballots.
He said he's been on this waiting list for 10 years. He hasn't got anything yet. And he said he got this text through, which got his hopes up, because he hadn't had a text previously. So he checked out his emails. And this is why I say it, is because he said, we're sitting top of the league at the minute, so, I mean, it'd be hard for someone to drop a season ticket. And that's what perked my ears up. He's on the radio saying we're top of the league. Fantastic news.
Good reminder.
He checked his emails, and he said he was number 11,852 in the waiting list.
Well, this is a good sign for him. Because, I don't know if you're not aware, the Emirates is about to take in a renovation. Do you know about this?
Are they adding 12,000 seats?
Unfortunately, they're adding around 10,000.
Oh, he's so close.
But he's so close. And that's something we do need to actually get to today, which is the renovations, the plans, it looks like, that we have for the Emirates. And listening to Clive Palmer talk a little bit, I believe that actually the plan is, and it kind of made a lot more sense once I heard it, because in my head I'm thinking, how the hell do they add...
I never understand.
When they do it, I'm always like, are they going to build up? Like, they have to build scaffolding up around the whole thing and then go up even further. And what he was saying was the plan is actually to go down.
Down?
Yeah, so to drop the pitch, drop the level. So when you come in at field level, you would then walk downstairs to the front row.
Jesus.
So you would add another bowl at the bottom.
Wow.
And then the field would be lower.
Well, that makes more sense than going up, I guess.
Yeah, and therefore the only thing is, like, obviously where the training changing rooms are, they would walk downstairs to get to the tunnel.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so you see that in a lot of grounds, yeah.
It makes sense, but it just feels weird.
In my head, though, once he said that, I was like, oh yeah, that makes way more sense than trying to, like...
Well, considering when you go up to the stadium, if you've been before, like, you can kind of... It's up on top of something. Yeah. So you don't feel... You feel like you're going down when you're inside.
Well, if you think about it, how many times have you done the tour and you've gone underneath? And there's a whole area underneath.
There's a whole car park.
That's what I mean. So they if they renovated, I would have thought everything might get dropped down one more. So like all the change rooms and that will go down to the bottom level, and then the pitch will be on that level.
Yeah.
And then the car park will be put somewhere else.
It's almost like tank in a basement, isn't it?
It basically is, and like naturally you'd start going, but wouldn't it flood?
Yeah, it feels like a bucket.
But it's not. Like the technology is way different. But once he said that, I thought, oh, that does actually make way more sense than, because I thought sometimes stands where they were like one end, like Anfield, like if they wanted to do it, the cop would get bigger.
Yeah. It reminds me of Highbury back in the 90s when they had the wall behind the goal
with fake people.
Yeah, it was just painted on fans.
And like Wrexham at the minute don't have a main stand because they're still building it.
Yeah.
So they had to have for a season they had to have like in schools where you get like the temporary building that stay there forever.
Yeah.
A temporary stand.
Yeah.
That's have to go now.
Yeah. Because
they have to actually build it.
Okay.
So therefore they have less people in the crowd this year.
Yeah.
Because they have to prepare for next year.
Well, Craven Cottage did this, didn't
it?
Like,
yeah, exactly. In that back end,
the Riverside stadium. Yeah.
So when you think about it, we're very smart in the sense that I think this is actually brilliant from the owners. I think it's the right time to do it.
Yeah.
When you think of London grounds, Chelsea is still in a 33,000. You know, West Ham have moved obviously to the Olympic.
Yeah.
But it's 50,000, and it's West Ham aren't in the best shape at the minute.
No.
To be at the position we're in right now,
stocks rising. Stocks
are rising. They want to make it the biggest capacity in London.
Yeah,
generally
makes sense.
And they want to obviously renovate because it's weird because even though it was only built in 2006 or 2005,
it feels old.
It feels old. Yeah, even when you're there, and they've done a lot of lovely renovations, but the technology isn't what Tottenham Hotspur's one is, and. So much has changed in the last 20 years as far as how you build a stadium and the level you do it at.
It feels like we built that stadium new right before
the tech came.
The game changed on stadiums.
And that's something I do not worry about. But you do look at like Everton and places like that. And they have done the new ones.
Yeah.
But then you look at our owners and they have SoFi, which is probably the most up-to-date modern stadium in the world right now.
Yeah.
And there's no way those owners aren't looking at the Emirates going, oh, this is old hat.
Yeah.
We need to do something. Here's the issue. If they do it, they've pretty much said we're going to have to move to Wembley for a season.
Okay.
Minimum.
Yeah.
There might be multiple seasons.
Yeah.
When you're on top, the risk reward of obviously the revenue you're going to gain from 10, 15,000 more people is huge. to be able to say we have a 75,000 seater stadium is massive. The atmosphere could be bigger.
Yeah.
You know, the tech could be lifted.
Yeah.
You know, sunk down ground. It might be something really unique about their ground, and it might hold the sound better. There's a lot of cool things that could come with it. But a season out in Wembley, I remember Tottenham obviously did this.
Yeah.
And they were hit and miss a little bit with the stadium. We're very good at Wembley.
Yeah.
Arteta has an unbeaten record, I believe, at Wembley. But a whole season there, getting that atmosphere right. When you're at your peak,
you want to build a fortress.
Yeah, like if we're gonna if we win the league this year, let's say we don't win the league this year, but then next year they decide we're gonna do the renovations and we have to go to Wembley. You start thinking, oh no, like next year has to be the year.
Yeah.
But you're now in not a foreign stadium, but like a stadium that's not unique to you.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you start to lose those home games because they don't feel like home games. That I worry about, to do it at the peak, but you don't also do it at the bottom because the revenue's down. And so it is a fine balance, and I think there is a chance they're trying to jump in the Wembley slot before someone like Chelsea.
Yeah, because they're going to start having.
They're going to go, we're building a new. There's no way they're not going to build a new stadium.
It's one of the oldest stadiums.
And they're going to go, or renovate at least, and build it up. There's no way they're not going to want Wembley. So there might be a chance that Arsenal are like, we need to get the Wembley slot before someone else takes it. So I think we should do the renovations as soon as possible. I would love the renovations to be done. I'd love it to be done in the summer.
Is there not a side to that?
There's no chance of that. I genuinely think it'll take 18 months.
Yeah, it'll take a while.
It might be a couple years away from our home ground.
But I mean, during this hype, like, you want to build a fortress, but at the same time...
What if we don't win the league this year? Can you imagine winning our first league trophy and it's at Wembley?
But I mean, there's something to that, because the hype for Arsenal is so real at the minute, with multiple like celebrities obviously speaking out that they're Arsenal fans now.
Yeah. I like what you say, speaking out. It sounds really like... like it's bad news.
Oh my god. But yeah, the world is watching Arsenal now because we are a force. The world sees Wembley Stadium as this thing. Like, the world, it's the pinnacle.
Yeah, it's definitely built enough now that you feel it's like the home of English football again.
It's a big deal.
It didn't for a while though, did it?
Like, it's the home of live music.
Yeah,
everything.
That's the thing I can't figure out. It's like.
But if the world's watching Arsenal now, and we are in Wembley Stadium, which
maybe
the
there's something more iconic about it.
Yeah, Arsenal are playing at the famous Wembley Stadium. Let's sell it out.
Can we sing North London Forever there?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. Anyway, that is something, and that guy. Do you know what? That was one of the most unbelievable segues you've ever done, without knowing you were doing it, and. Something I wanted to talk about in the podcast today, and when we got MEKZ on and stuff, I completely forgot the stadium renovation.
Yeah.
So you bringing it up literally sparked me. So you did one of the most unbelievable segues.
I know what I'm doing.
When I brought up the stadium renovations, you laughed. You thought it was funny, and then you realised, oh no, he's right. He's actually there is renovations. So yeah, that is something that has been happening this week, and it is a really hard one to kind of come to terms with whether it's going to be good or bad. Financially, it's going to be going to be a great thing. And when you've got that kind of strength and depth and kind of long, we've got a lot of players in their kind of mid-20s.
Yeah.
You sign them all, like, there's a chance that all this transfer business is in lieu of, all right, we're going to make you a squad here.
Yeah.
They're all on long contracts.
Uh-huh.
They're all happy to be here for 5 years.
Yeah.
They're all mid-20s or early 20s, or some of them 16.
Yeah.
Some of them are later 20s. They all come and go. But we're going to give you a big enough squad to keep that together for the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Get us through this. Win the league, win something, get us through the Wembley era, get us back in the new stadium, and then we can re-go again. But we're not going to be able to spend money for a few years because it's all going to go on the stadium.
Yeah.
There's a chance that we've stockpiled. But we were doing that back then.
Yeah.
Before everyone else was renovating or getting new stadiums.
Oh, yeah.
We did it going unbeaten.
Yeah.
Then we went through a 10-year drought because of it.
Yeah.
Where we sold our captain every year.
I saw a lot of Danielson in that time.
Yeah. There's a feeling... We're not going to have to sell our captain every year.
Yeah.
We might sell our captain. Yeah. But I don't think the next 4 years, let's say in 4 years' time, let's say 2030, we're in the renovated Emirates. I think Saka's still there.
Yeah.
And he's now 29 in his prime.
Oh, yeah.
I think Saliba is still there. And he's in his prime.
Yeah.
I think Max Dowman, by the way, will be 21. Lewis Skelly and Waneri will be 23. They'll be younger than Saka is now.
That's mad.
Calafiori will be 28.
Jeez.
When we're looking at the squad, Timber will be 29, same as Saka.
He's only 29 at that point.
Zubamendi will be 31 and could be the aging, centre mid that holds it together.
Doesn't even have to move.
Yeah. if Odegaard stays, 29. You know, if Eza stays, he'll be 32.
Wow, yeah.
Trossard, he's retired. But Gyökeres will be 30. Yeah. I'm sure we would have probably moved on. I think striker's a position where you can move on. But I mean, if Havertz wants to stay, he'll be 30.
That's mad. They're good ages.
Whenever these guys, you know, that squad can stay together. You know, and you know you'll lose maybe an Eza or a Trossard for age, and you know maybe a Havertz, maybe a Norgard, and these guys.
How old would Raya be at that point?
He'd be about 35.
Good age for a goalie.
Not bad.
How good will he be when he's 35?
Well, the way Arteta goes for goalies, we would have gone through 3 more since then. But yeah, when you look at that, you go, oh, okay, yeah, maybe can they convince all these players to go get us through the Wembley era? And again, the only way to convince those players, the best way to convince them, obviously financially, is to win the league.
Yeah, you got to win.
Go win the Champions League now. You know, it's easy said than done. So, you know, if you do that this year, come on,
just go win the Champions
League.
Just go win it quickly. Just hurry up and go win it.
But at the same time, you do that, they all go, I'm in London. I'm going to get to play in Wembley for a couple of years. We're the European champs. We're the English champs. I love my team because they're unbelievable. The manager's 42.
Yeah.
like, you know, and like I said, you know, Trossard, Havertz, maybe, you know, I don't know, Havertz won't be old.
No.
But in 4 or 5 years' time, in 2030, you move those players on, but you keep that core together. You add a Semenyo from Bournemouth, or you go and add, you know, Yildiz from Juventus.
Yeah.
Those guys are young enough that, yeah, they are still in their prime.
Yeah.
And you've replaced and done well, and you only have to do a couple signings over the next few years. You know, Hekapi came in, he's 21.
Yeah.
You know, he's 26 by the time 2030's here.
Yeah.
These are top players. Mascara.
Yeah. Madness.
He's 20.
Madness.
13 million. Time is,
they're going to be that young still in 2030. That blows my mind.
It's crazy. And that's what I'm saying is I wonder if we're just better suited for it now with the squad, with the feeling in the squad. And again, football can change, you know. By January, Arteta could be out and Saka's not re-signed.
Yeah.
And we're 5th or 6th. And they're like, all right, well, should we give Ljungberg the job? You know, anything like that can happen. But it does feel like if you're ever best suited, probably right now is to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Because at some point, we're going to have to renovate the Emirates. Because the way football's moving, we need to compete.
Yeah.
And another way to entice players here is having the biggest stadium in London. And having, you know, that kind of infrastructure around it.
Well, and obviously, like financially, off the back of that, we could steal the NFL off of Tottenham. We could get all
that stadium. I don't think we're ever stealing off.
All the big gigs coming into London can come to our ground.
Because you can get 10,000 more in. Than Tottenham.
State of the art.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said about it. It worries me like instantly. I'm instantly like dread it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be away from the Emirates. But the only thing I'd say is Wembley is more iconic than the Emirates Stadium. I know that's hard to say as a fan, but it's literally named after an airline.
Yeah. It's not Ashburton Grove.
No, exactly. It's and when that ends, I'm interested by who takes it. Is it going to be the Prime Stadium? Is it the Prime left Arsenal, by the way, and they're taking horrific losses at the minute. Yeah. But you know, what is it going to be? Is it the Motorola? Are they still going?
The Motorola.
Is it the HSBC Bank Arena? Do you know what I mean? We don't know.
It's going to be American, isn't it? It's going to be American vibes.
Yeah, it is. The Walmart Arena in central London.
Is that what they own, Walmart?
They own Walmart, I believe. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
And if they release Walmarts in the UK at the same time, it'd be good for them, yeah.
I like Walmart.
But Qantas. Yeah, visit Rwanda Stadium, unfortunately, maybe. Anyway, there's something like that, you know, and I don't know what's going to happen, but I instantly dread it, but I think when I talk it through like we just did, I feel better about it, and I don't think there's a better time. The last thing I want to do is do it in 5 years.
Yeah.
When Arteta, Saliba, Saka, all these guys are long gone.
And it feels like we have to go again.
And we are 10th.
Yeah.
And they're going, we're going to have to sell our best players every year, but we're going to renovate the stadium.
Yeah, we're not doing that again.
Brilliant. And then we can't fill the stadium. That's the other problem.
I'd rather keep the stadium. I'd rather keep the stadium.
How many teams are renovating and then they can't fill it?
Yeah.
You know, like you said, he's 11,000. He's been in there for 10 years. So how many people are on the waiting list? Maybe 50,000, 60,000?
Yeah. Like he said, I've either got to wait for Arsenal fans to pass, or we slump again and no one wants these tickets because at the minute everyone wants them.
Well, that was the thing is a lot of people did drop them during the end of the Emery era. We couldn't get people in the stadium.
No.
So it is the hardest time to get there, and this is a big issue with the Arsenal fans. The atmosphere, I'm going to agree with it. it's been poor this season.
Yeah.
It's not good enough. And I know a lot of people are saying it's down to the balancing and it's more tourists than... And I think that's harsh because sometimes I think tourists or people from out of town are the people who are going to make the biggest noise because, you know, when people have come, for example, from China and they've watched Arsenal all their lives...
Yeah, it's big.
You know, Everton at home is the biggest game in their lives.
Yeah.
Whereas to an average fan that goes every week for the last 20 years, Everton at home is another week.
Well, yeah, it's a big memory they're creating.
Yeah, so in that sense, it's good. In the bad sense, is the balloting is some people are just tourists and they're going, we're in London, what should we do?
Yeah.
And then they're going in the balancing system and they somehow win.
Yeah.
And then you end up with people going, oh, I don't really care about football, but I had to see a game.
Yeah.
That's a worry. So I don't know how I feel. Again, I'm not a match-going fan. Unfortunately, we don't live close enough to be able to do it.
No.
Nor have financial means to do it.
No.
So we can't. So I can't really speak for how they feel, but I have noticed a massive drop in the atmosphere the last couple of games. I think, what was the last game we played at home? West Ham?
Yeah.
It was quiet.
Yeah.
Really quiet. And
especially when it felt like
everything's
the
on the
vibes
up,
were
but then
going up.
it's not showing. And the away fans are absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
So maybe Wembley will be great. Maybe they'll
they feel like an away game.
Yeah, all the away games. But yeah, so that's it for the stadium. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it does feel like it's heating up enough that I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we got that to look forward to. It is something that needs to be done. So we'll push on from there. Other than that, we've had the international break.
Yeah.
We talked about it with Mex briefly, but Rice, Saka, Eze, Lewis Skelly for England's level.
And Eze a goal last night.
Yeah, England scored 8. The 2 best goals were Saka and Eze.
Yeah.
By the way, Eze didn't play 1 minute of the first game.
No.
And he played 15 minutes of the second.
He just came on.
Fresh.
Yeah, did it.
Saka played 60 minutes or 70 minutes twice.
Yeah.
Rice the same. Lewis Skelly came on for the first one, played 90 minutes in the second, but again, he's probably not going to start.
No.
But we have got an interesting run coming up. I'm just going to talk through it. Overall, injuries, absolutely fine. The only one we've noticed is Odegaard went out with the MCL sprain before the internationals. He went to Norway to watch.
Yeah.
They qualified for the World Cup, which is amazing. We're going to see Haaland, Odegaard in the World Cup finally.
Yeah.
I don't think Haaland's been to a European... He hasn't been to any tournament, I don't think. He might have been to a Euros once, but I don't think he's been to a World Cup at all.
Shout out England qualifying as well officially. We're going to USA.
I don't think they conceded.
They haven't conceded. Like Pickford hasn't conceded in. I think it was like it's a weird stat. It's like 20 games or something. Like
those last 2 games were much under Tuchel. It's been a little bit naive.
Yeah.
Not naive, but just dull.
Yeah.
Dominant but dull.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's also been some. It's been positive, but there was a few times Latvia got in last night.
Yeah.
They could have got a goal. Pickford made a couple good saves.
Yeah, and shout out Saka. Obviously, his goal made him the highest scoring Arsenal player of all time for England. Where while the amount of goals they scored while they're at Arsenal, there's a bit of confusion around it.
Yeah.
Like Danny Welbeck has 14, I believe, but he only scored like 2 of them while he was at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Ian Wright didn't hit this number.
I remember back in the day, Ian Wright didn't play that much for England.
No, he didn't get picked enough. That was his issue. And but Saka's done that. Tuchel's comments. His PR team must have been so confused with him last week. He came out afterwards and they told him that stat and he went 13. I thought he said 30. He said he should be scoring way more. That's not a good number. And everyone was like, oh. And I kind of agree, but I'll just say, I think I saw a stat the other day. He's played 22 games for England.
Yeah.
And I think he has 21 goals or assists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no one's touching that. Kane is touching it because he's unbelievable centre forward.
Yeah.
But I think he's doing well. But to go after your essentially best player was bizarre. And then he started ripping into the crowd at Wembley against Wales and saying, all I could hear was Welsh fans. It's unacceptable. It's like, these people are paying a load of money on a Wednesday to watch a friendly.
He needs to calm down.
Yeah, relax. Leave people alone a little bit. I know we just talked about balloting system, but it's different. But no, overall, I think we actually came through unscathed, which is rare.
Yeah.
The only worry was Odegaard because they did qualify and there was that video of him in this changing room and he couldn't even get up off the bench to celebrate with the team. He was sat on his own cheering. If he can't stand up to celebrate, and maybe he's just being clever and going, people are going to knock into me or something. Be careful. And it might also be a thing of, once that camera goes away, I'll get up and do it.
Yeah.
I don't want Arsenal to see this and be like, why are you standing up? Or whatever. Because it allowed him to go to Norway.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that was our only worry. There's talk, I mentioned it I think earlier, but It looks like he's going to be back around the end of November, which is when Havertz and Jesus are going to be back. That's a worry. The only benefit is all season we've lost Saliba, we lost Odegaard, we lost Saka, we've lost multiple players from periods of time already. The dread isn't there. Having no Odegaard isn't making me panic.
No, we're fine. We're covered.
But what we do need is that depth right now, because here's a question I have for you. The next set of games before the next international, I don't think we leave London, but Fulham at home on Saturday.
Yep.
Sorry, Fulham away on Saturday. Then we have Atletico on Tuesday night next week at home. Atletico Madrid, big game.
Yeah.
A few days later, home to Palace, 2:00 on a Sunday. We'll be missing that because we're at Exposure. Go check out Exposure.
Oh, yeah.
Then we've got the Wednesday game, which is Arsenal home to Brighton in the Carabao Cup. Then we're away to Burnley on the 1st, just a day after your wedding.
Yeah.
And then a few days after that, we go away to Slavia Praha. Then we come back 4 days later to go away to Sunderland. Then it's international.
Okay.
We come back straight away into Tottenham at home, Bayern at home. But
I tell you what's convenient, though. We're away to Burnley, away to Slavia Prague, and away to Sunderland. I'm in New York for most of that.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm playing away.
I won't feel great about that. But we're in London, and then all of a sudden we're just nowhere near London for a period.
Yeah.
But what I was going to ask was, Zubimendi's just played a lot of minutes. Moreno scored again. And his new celebration is that header thing, which I quite like. But Fulham at home is awkward. Atletico at home is one of the tougher games we have in the Champions League. Crystal Palace, only until the other day, hadn't lost in 17 games. Brighton is whatever, because it's the Carabao Cup. Then we got Burnley away, that's hard. Then a horrible away game in the Champions League. Then away to Sunderland, which again, we're not great as we get further up north.
Yeah.
So the question I have is, a lot of minutes being played.
Yeah.
Can Zubimendi play the next 3 games in a row? Or are we going to have to see Norgard? Are we going to have to see Rice in the 6? It seems like a lot of minutes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think...
Is there a chance that Zubimendi doesn't play against Fulham? I don't know if we can do that.
I think...
Because in all fairness, he tried to rest him the last game before the international. But Odegaard gets injured and he has to come on early.
That's tough. There's enough time between games that I think Zubimendi can play. I think Zubimendi definitely has to play against Madrid.
That's what I mean. So do you rest him against Fulham or Palace? Or does he play all 3?
Push, I think he has to play all 3. I mean, I know...
Because obviously everyone's going to get a rest the week after in the week.
Going to play against Brighton.
Brighton, they're going to ring the changes a little bit. But there's going to be a couple of players that are going to have to... Brighton are not easy. And we do need to take every cup serious.
I think there's a chance...
Because I've got a feeling they might use the Slavia game to rest a lot of players and just accept that might be the loss we have in the Champions League. If we beat Atletico.
Yeah.
If we lose to Atletico, he might have to go stronger.
I mean, we don't have to necessarily have... It doesn't have to be as direct as Zubimendi out, Norgard in for some of these. Obviously, we've got a lot of rotation in midfield.
Rice, Moreno can come in.
There's people that could drop about and move. Like, I think Norgard plays against Brighton.
Yes.
But I think there's a chance... If it was me, I'd have Zubimendi play against Madrid. And in the 2 Premier League games, I'd just juggle it about and have, like, Rice at 6.
Moreno plays left 8.
Moreno at 8.
Eze has to play all 3 games. When Airy could play one of them. I have this sneaking suspicion that Eze hasn't played many minutes on the international, so he's fresh.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a little Waneri area in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Because Eze's going to play instead of Odegaard. That's the straight swap. Like, realistically, right now, our midfield 3 is Zubimendi, Rice and Eze.
That's our starters.
That is our starters. The left side is Martinelli or Trossard, and then it's Gyökeres and Saka.
Yeah.
In there, that starting 11 can't play all 3 games, and no doubt there's going to be an injury or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can rest... Like, Fulham and Palace at home are too dangerous to rest. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if we come Saturday night, we get their team news through at like 4:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it says the midfield is Rice as the 6, Moreno and Waneri.
Yeah.
We're all going to go, oh no.
Yeah, it sounds like a worry.
You know?
It's not...
Madueke, also, that's another player who's going to be back at the same time as Odegaard, Jesus and Havertz. We're going to be stacked in December.
Yeah, we're strong going into Christmas.
But this little international break, this one, people are saying, that, like Mek said earlier on Opta, they've got us winning almost all of them.
The pressure's on from Opta.
Yeah, if that starting 11 can play every game, I do think we win them all.
Yeah.
But realistically, that starting 11 cannot play every 3 days.
No.
You know?
No.
And this 7-day span is worrying me.
Yeah.
Because they come quick and fast. There's Saturday, Tuesday, Sunday.
Yeah.
The nice thing is the Tuesday, Sunday is a 5-day.
Yeah.
And then they know full well the Wednesday is rotate.
Yeah, so pretty much Tuesday against Madrid, Sunday against Palace. You could probably have the same team start both of those.
But I don't think that's why I think the Fulham game's going to have a couple. I got a feeling Moreno. I think the midfield could be Rice, Moreno, and Eze.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with that.
But the other option here is I know Rice plays a lot of minutes and we just accept it. We didn't. Without Zubimendi the other day, we did look a little bit.
It's not the same.
Stagnant.
It's not the same.
Rice is the 6th. Really takes something away. Moreno isn't Rice at the 8th. I just worry.
How far are we from having Norgard just be a straight swap to Zubimendi?
Well, I thought originally we got brought in to kind of on 70, get the game won by 70, and then bring Norgard on, and he just doesn't allow them to score.
Yeah.
That's what I think the plan was. Because, again, if Zubimendi plays 70 minutes every game, I think he can do that.
Yeah.
But so far, other than a couple of home games where we had the game won, even the game the other day, he came on, so he did try and rest him.
Yeah.
And he had to come on and salvage it. Not salvage it, but like he helped, grease the wheels, and we got the goal. But even that game wasn't won until late against West Ham. We got a bit nervy.
Yeah, it was a bit sketchy at times.
So other than the 2 home games against, I think it's Forest and Leeds, where we've had the game won and we can actually take players off, everything's been an away game that Zubimendi can't go off. Yeah. So we're kind of in the games now that if we're 2-0 up against Fulham at 70 minutes, I think Zubimendi does come off for Norgard.
Yeah.
And they go to Norgard, do not allow him pass. End the game now.
Yeah.
How
likely is it that we trust Lewis Skelly to
in
play
midfield
in there? Because he's tempted it a couple times.
Well, we can also see, you remember there's a midfield and there's an attacking midfield there you can do, which is when Eri and Eze. Kind of like when we saw Eze and Odegaard the other day with Rice.
Yeah.
I don't think it works.
No.
It's one of those that we really want to see.
On paper it seems okay, but it's not.
But I wonder if when Eri might be better suited. He was like, we played right wing last year just to get minutes, but he's a central number 10.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is a world where we could turn him into a left 8, which is a bit more, not defensive minded, but box to box.
Yeah, working.
I don't know if physically he has the body for that, but Moreno doesn't, and he works that job.
Yeah.
He's quite lanky and he tires quite quick.
Yeah. So like an old train.
If he could get that, but I think Lewis Skelly is perfectly suited for the left 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he would go box to box. I think he would. He would keep that ball moving. His passing range is great.
He's strong. He can work defensively.
He wins fouls. He releases pressure.
Yeah.
So I think I'd love to see him do that. But then you work your way back down. Yeah. Calafiori can't play every game.
Yeah.
Capi's not back till December. Everyone's back in December.
Yeah.
Calafiori can't play every game because he will get hurt.
He will, yeah. The way he plays.
So I don't know.
He plays all over the pitch.
Yeah, Mosquera's a great addition because we've proved it already. Like we can trust him to come in and kind of steady the ship when Gabriel Saliba need minutes.
Yeah.
But it is like, even though we've got the depth, those, I think it's 5 injuries we have, do scupper a couple things in weird positions where we're not, like the places we would say we're not the strongest is probably like the midfield. I think we don't have enough players in like central midfielders.
Yeah, in definitive positions as well.
And so Odegaard being out is fine because Eze's there.
Well, it's the combinations. That's the worry. Like, the combinations have to work well together.
But then we're instantly back into a world where Saka's going to have to play every minute. And if he doesn't, we need either Martinelli's going to have to play out of position, when Eri's going to have to play out of position, or Max Dowman, who's 16, has to play.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. Like,
I mean, how long have we got till that group come back, you say?
2 months. So it'll be post that international, there'll be like 2 weeks, and then they'll all start filtering back in.
Wow.
So it's this little gap is really important because I think this one steadies it.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it already this season, but every international is almost like a stopgap, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got to just get through it.
Yeah.
To get to that next stopgap.
Yeah.
And I think this one is all about professional, get the job done. We don't leave London for a month.
Put a shift in at home.
And if it's not home, it's across
basically
London.
home.
Yeah. Get the jobs done.
Yeah.
Professional, no injuries. Rotation.
Yeah.
But smart rotation, because you can't actually just go like, we let's say we play Fulham full strength and we win it. We play Atletico, we win it. And then he goes to Palace at home and he goes, all right, when Eri's the 10, Moreno's left 8, Norgard's the holding midfielder.
Yeah.
Lewis Skelly's left back, right back's Ben White, Mosquera and Gabriel, Raya And then up front is Trossard as the 10.
Yeah.
Martinelli and Dalman.
It's suddenly the Carabao Cup team.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, even though it's really strong, you can't do that in the league. You have to keep going. That team could go out against Brighton in the Carabao.
Yeah. And
we'll see what they do. And again, we might be overthinking it and just PTSD, like you said earlier, of being an Arsenal fan and injuries. Like Arteta said a couple of years ago, right before Saka started getting injured. The best players ever play every 3 days.
Yeah. You got to play.
That's your job.
Best players play.
Messi played every 3 days for his whole career.
Yeah.
And he said that about Saka. He said Saka's going to have to play every 3 days. And he's going to have to go on international and play for them. But then he tore his hamstring. And then he started this season and pulled it again.
We've run out of duct tape.
Yeah, at some point, their bodies do break down and they can't do that. Like, you have to be smart. And we trust them to be smart, but there is a couple combinations that we all instantly see on that. Even though we got the great depth, there is a couple combinations that we all see and go, oh no.
We need some of those combinations to really link up and connect.
Yeah.
Like, we need them to work. Because
and I think
it's not just depth of player, it's depth of combination. We need it to work.
Yeah, because there's a couple in there that I feel like Moreno is a great player. It's clear.
Yeah.
I have no clue where he plays.
No.
And if he's played with the wrong players, he becomes the
scapegoat.
The scapegoat of the whole situation. But it's not that. It's just that, like, for example, when he gets played, sometimes he gets played as a 10.
Yeah.
Never play him as a 10. If he plays as a left 8, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
If he plays up front, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not opposed to, if we go against Atletico, start Moreno up front.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he'd enjoy that.
And then with 20 minutes to go, when they get a bit tired, bring Gyökeres on.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't be opposed to. But Gyökeres, for example, has played 90 minutes every 3 days, gone away to Sweden. They're awful, but he's played.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he seems to be, touch wood, fine.
He's getting there.
But it might be a way of just... Because that's the other thing, is you also got everyone... You need to get everyone minutes.
Yeah.
But you just need to get them in the right way. And again, that's not our job, that is Arteta's job. And we trust Arteta to kind of get that right. But there's a couple in there that you just go, oh, I don't like, look at this. Somehow. You can't have a perfect squad.
No.
And it's not so much the squad, it's more how he uses them sometimes. You go, oh, Moreno's not a 10.
I mean, we've trusted the process for a few seasons now, and I think we have to just trust the process. He's got us this far.
Yeah.
I think you have to just trust. He knows what he's doing. There's a reason we wanted that midfield 3 on paper, and he didn't do it for a long time. Then he did it. He kind of buckled to the idea, and it didn't look right.
Yeah.
I think he knows more than we do. He sees these guys in like every single day.
Week in, week out, yeah.
He knows what combinations work. No matter how much we think it looks good to us, he knows what works. So,
I just think a couple of things have kind of uncovered him a little bit, where we've all gone, oh, and then he's had to make changes at half time to what we all thought. Yeah. And then it's sorted it, and you think, it's the first time where I think he's kind of gone, yeah, maybe I'm wrong on that. Because he's stubborn.
Yeah, because Galaxy Brain isn't always right.
Yeah, and even though every best manager is stubborn. Like, Wenger did weird stuff all the time.
You want them to stick to their guns.
Yeah, Pep does weird stuff all the time.
Like, if they don't stick to their guns, you worry.
But that's the other part. The other side of it is I get worried because I'm like, now he's changing his theory.
Yeah.
Does he know what's going on? But I think he is just adapting and going, do you know what? I can't be that stubborn. That worked.
And he has options to adapt. There's enough names on the team sheets now that he can adapt. Whereas before he couldn't.
Yes, and I do feel good. I think Zubimendi will go down as maybe the best signing of the season.
Yeah.
Come the end of the season.
Quality player.
And that last game really was like the coming out party, even though he didn't start.
Yeah.
You can play all these creative players, but if he's not playing, they're not useless.
He's the anchor.
Yeah, they're not fed right. And he feeds them right.
Chef.
Chef Zoo. But I think that's probably all we can do. Like, obviously, there's the Fulham game this weekend. We've got Atletico next Tuesday before our next podcast. Not much you can say about that other than what we've already said, which is just rotation.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably the sentence to sum up the next month.
Yeah.
Professional, job done, rotation.
Yeah, rotisserie chicken.
Just call it the rotisserie chicken and give it a Zubimendi. That is what I'd say. But hopefully you've enjoyed today with Mex here on the podcast. Go check out Mex. He's WrestleManiac.uk on socials. He does Wresthings. I always say wrestle things. He's on GP, Gorilla Position, if you want to check out some wrestling content. And just generally content creator across the board. So go check him out on all the socials from TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. So go check him out. Hopefully we'll be back on the show soon. Hopefully we get Simon back.
Yeah.
On the show ASAP as well. And I've got a couple more guests lined up that I'm going to try and figure out how to get them on. But especially these internationals, I think it's a nice time to get someone in, get a different voice.
Yeah.
Because there's only so many times you can hear me and Joe worry about Saka getting injured. But hopefully you've enjoyed it. We've got a Patreon now. It is up. It's live. This episode will go up ad-free after this episode. So this will go up on our iTunes feed, and then moments later will go up without the ads at the start on our Patreon. And I'll be adding more and more episodes onto the Patreon so that you get. I'm hoping you'll get 5 audios a week on our Patreon. So it's going to be busy. And at the top tier, you'll be in a giveaway or a raffle, as some would say, per month to win an Arsenal graded card.
Woo!
So that would be the reason why to go for the higher tier, if you want to go for that higher tier. But please go check out our Patreon. If you really enjoy the podcast, please do it, because it will help us kind of do this more, make it more of a daily thing and get better mics, get everything updated. So if you are interested and you enjoy the show, please do that. But we'll be back next week, and join the Patreon for extra content throughout the week.
Heck yeah.
Right, bye.
Bye.